Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to my new show, Meet the World 76. In this show, we are going to meet some people who are inspiring, and we will listen to their life stories and we'll ask them some questions, and in the end, we'll have some fun games. So today we have Kiki joining with us from Greece. She is a teacher of SBL, School Beyond Limitations. And now I'm going to get her in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to my new show. How are you?
Thank you, Nayeef. I'm really well. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Is everything going
How are
okay?
you?
Yeah, I'm also really fine and excited. Yeah, so how is everything going there with you?
Everything is going well, I would say at the moment. It's a very busy period, and this entails school and also life after school. So it's a very busy period. At the same time, the fact that it's busy, it makes me feel very energized. So overall, I would say it's really, really nice. Yes, and the weather is getting warmer, so there's always a positive.
Yeah.
And yes.
Okay. So in this show, we basically ask our, joiners some questions, and also we hear a little bit of their stories, life stories, which can be an inspiration for some other people, those who are watching. So I started with some few little questions, and in the end, we also have some fun game. Hopefully, you will like it.
Yes. I always like games, yes.
Okay, so
Shoot me with all the questions, Nayeef. I'm really, really excited about this interview. And well, I don't know if I will be an inspiration. Hopefully, maybe for some people. I'm here to be open and share with you anything you're going to ask me about. And I'm very, very happy to be part of your show. So thank you for having me as your first guest, I think, right?
yeah, you're my first guest, and I'm honored to have you, and thank you for joining. Okay, so my first question is, why teacher, and what was your childhood dream?
That's a really nice question. I will give you the timeline. Okay. From a very young age, since I can remember myself, I was very interested in almost everything. I mean, I liked to learn new things, and whenever there was a book in front of me, I wanted to open it, read it, and understand. I liked to learn from other people. And from a very, very young age, I started liking mathematics, actually. And I had a really great math teacher that helped me see that I can be very good at maths, right? I had this insecurity as a student, a young student, that mathematics is hard. And once she showed me that I can be very good at maths, I felt very empowered and very motivated to study mathematics, and then later on physics as well. So when I was around the age of 15 or 16, I had another very inspiring teacher in my life who was my physics teacher. And he was the one that kind of I was interested by nature, of course, but at the same time, I was very motivated to see the beauty of physics through him, that teacher. And then, I studied physics at the university and so on. And while I was a student at the university, I was a tutor. So I was giving some lessons to high school students or middle school students as a job, a part-time job, to go along with the university studies. And simultaneously, while at the university, I had started doing some academic research. And these two, academic research and teaching, were happening at the same time. My goal and my dream was actually to evolve more into academia and continue at university, probably go for a PhD or do research, scientific research, more hardcore natural sciences, I would say, right? And I realized it's something that doesn't resonate with me that much, at least. I didn't want to do just that. And my love for teaching and being with younger people started to grow even more because I was being so inspired by young people and their creativity and their views on the world. So my academic career kind of declined within me and my want and wish to follow it. And then I realized how nice teaching can be. And then, I was also thinking back to my experiences as a student, how inspiring my teachers were. And all of these somehow came together and fell into place. So then I knew at the age of 19 that I want to continue into the educational sector, in the sense that I want to become a teacher, but also go beyond the limitations, I would say, of my own country. I wanted to explore more. As I told you, I like to learn and explore, right? So then I went to international teaching and so on. And one last thing that, I think you know about that. I was also interested in becoming an astronaut. So that was another dream of mine. And then I thought, why should I just choose one career? Maybe it's possible to do more than one thing. And one of my true passions is being with students, teaching, and more specifically maths and sciences. I love those. Yes, so I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I have been doing it for many years now.
Yes, it's a wonderful story of yours.
Thank you.
So I want to go back a little bit. Just before a few minutes, you were saying that I'm not sure that if I can be inspiring for some people. So now you see you are definitely, because little stories like you said about your inspiring teachers, about the appreciation you got from them, and now you are here as a teacher. And yeah, and that's how we keep moving.
Exactly. You're so right, Nayeef. You're so right. Thank you for reminding me this through your question and through this interview. You're so right.
Okay. Yeah, it was a wonderful story. Um, uh, so what's your regular routine that you maintain every day and that you go through?
Like, you mean how I start my day and then how I finish it?
Yeah,
Uh,
your daily routine. Yeah, what do you
yeah.
do every day?
Okay. So I like to wake up a little bit late. I don't wake up too early in the day. So ideal time for me is 8:39. Well, Greek time. So I will just mention Greek time so that people are aware of what is the time I mean. And then I like to take it slow, have a cup of coffee, have some breakfast, and I like being in a quiet space by myself so that I can build up my energy to start my lessons with my lovely students. And then, as you know, we have school for a certain amount of hours. So I'm busy with everything going on at school. And later in the day, I again decide to have some time away from devices or from people. I want to again be a little bit by myself so I can replenish my energy. And normally later in the day, after that alone time, I might go like to run errands to the supermarket, or to go with the house, do some cleaning possibly. And 2 days a week, I also have dance class. I'm really into dancing, and in general, I like working out. So if it's not dancing, then it will be something else, like a long walk or possibly a workout at home. That would be it. And then around 9:30 or 10, I like again to be by myself and relax, clear my head, and then I like to sleep early. So around, I would say 10:30 or 11, I go again to bed. I really need a lot of sleep to be energized for the rest of my day. But of course, this is just a very relaxed, typical day in the week. In the weekends, I might be doing very different things. I do love to study and read books and learn new things. So I might take an online course, for example, in the weekend. And of course, I see some of my friends, right? I might visit my family for a coffee or go for a walk with some friends of mine. That would be it. Normal, typical day, I would say.
Yeah, no, it's a very balanced routine you have for every day. And yeah.
It feels balanced. You're right. It does feel balanced. At least for me, this is what balance is. And it has been quite steady over the years. I can adjust to change, and for certain periods of time, like a week or two, I could even do something completely different. But for me to feel inner balance, as you said, I would need to follow that routine. Yes.
Like you stay alone and also spend time with your family and friends, and it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, my next question too is, what helps you the most to stay positive? How positive you are?
Mm-hmm. What helps me to stay positive? Several. Oh, it's a good question. Several different things. Very important factor is who I allow to be in my life. I mean, who are the people, actually, I would say, I choose to be around me. So the close environment I have. So that would be very dear friends I choose to be in my life. Of course, my family, we get along really well. And work environment is extremely important for me. And in the current situation with our school beyond limitations, it's really helping me with positivity. I mean, my dear colleagues, and especially I will mention Martina Dermin, right? Especially with Martina and the interactions with her. I love the energy coming from her, and that really boosts me. If I need a boost, and that would be one factor, people close to me. At the same time, it's extremely important for me to be alone. As I mentioned in the daily routine, right? I do need frequent breaks from people so that I can rest my mind, replenish my energy, and then I can be really positive and continue the day and socialize with more people and so on. And for sure, dancing, Nayeef. I really love to dance from a very young age. I mean, since I can remember myself, I was dancing. So whenever I dance, I just feel so great. And then I can keep on going on positive. And the good weather. I will also add the good weather. Yes, if it's sunny, that also helps.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Like enjoying. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. It's a bit serious.
Okay.
Do you regret of anything? Like anything, like it can be anything, like your past or anything. Do you regret?
I'm taking a moment to think, because I have reflected on this question a while back, and the answer was no. I stand by my choices, but now I want to reevaluate given the new data. Not regret. No, I don't regret, Nayeef. I mean, are there things from the past that would have happened differently and I would have benefited if I had made a different choice? Maybe, possibly, who knows, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't know how things would have turned out. And I don't like to look back and regret. I'd rather learn from past experiences. I don't even want to call them mistakes, right? Because what has happened has happened. So learn from past experiences and move forward. And I also realized that throughout my life, I have tried always to be honest to myself and to others. And that helps with not feeling regret. At least it helps me. I try to stay true to myself, to my values, my core values. Of course, I might readjust core values and rethink my core values, but then at the same time, since I have stayed honest, then I don't have a reason to have any regrets. No. Maybe I could have, treated some people differently, or I could have been more caring at times and so on. Yes, but I don't regret, maybe. No, I can't say I regret. It's
Yeah,
a nice
that's,
question, I did.
yes, and you've said some really important things there. Is being
Such
yourself.
as? Mm,
Being yourself is really important, and people learn
yeah,
from mistakes. So if we regret
true.
of our mistakes, so we don't learn from there that I had
Mm,
mistakes, so I need to move on. We can't just stuck there, and this will slow down your journey of life. And it's really important
exactly.
to be honest with yourself and to others, definitely.
Mm. As you said, it's important to think of any mistakes we might have made, but then move on and learn from them. It's about how you decide to look at a situation. Am I going to stay stuck to that and regret and give myself a hard time? Or will I choose for that to be a learning experience and move on and see how I can do things differently or better in the future? Right, you're right.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Okay, so let's move on to the next question.
Mhm.
As you were talking about your teaching history and everything, how you came up there and everything, so do you have an ultimate goal? If yes, then what? And if not, then why?
Hmm. Such a deep question. The ultimate goal. It has been different throughout my life, and the ultimate goal I now have, I would say, is to live a life that is going to be full of discovery. And until the day I die, every day, I want to try and understand myself and other people better and better and better, and do the best I can on a daily basis. So I would say it's just daily goals that lead up to this bigger thing where I constantly discover myself in the world.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. Like discovering every day, going into unknown, learning new things is what
Mm,
actually life is. It's a really important part of our life. And
mm,
as you said, my ultimate goal is, every day finding discoveries, doing discoveries till I die. That basically
mhm.
means your ultimate goal is just to keep going. It has no destination to end.
Exactly. And there are in between shorter goals that could seem, more fancy or more impressive, but at the end of the day, um, I wouldn't name those goals the ultimate goals of my life. At the end of the day, I wanted to be a serene life, a calm life, where I feel balanced and content and happy, and other people around me can feel the same way. Simple things, right? That's it, I would say.
You're right. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, now we move a little bit to your fun fact. What's your fun fact?
In fact, I never know how to answer this question. That could have, what is fun fact? Fun fact can be something very different for person to person. What is fun for me, but might not be fun for somebody else.
Yeah, what is your fun fact?
You're right. What is your fun fact? You said. I don't know what could be it. Let me think about it. Fun fact. It's not that funny. It's a fun fact, but it's a fact. I realized people in my life, people that know me really well, tell me that I can be very I have this kind of nice craziness going on inside of me. I don't see that. I see myself as a very simple, calm person. And really close friends of mine and my family, they call me, even for fun, crazy Kiki, just to tease me. And they perceive me as a person who can be very, yes, spontaneous indeed, but like I can, at the spur of the moment, I can make a very crazy choice, like, I don't know, to go skydiving, indeed. But for me, this is not a crazy thing. This is just something normal, something I would do on a certain day. That could be a fun fact. I can be a little bit crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone is unique. Some are crazy in a
Yes.
good way, some are funny, you know.
Yes. Um,
Okay, all right, so my next question to you is also a little bit serious.
ooh, another one. Okay. Shoot me.
Do you lead your time or do you let your time lead you?
Do I lead my time or do I let my time? I think I would say I lead my time.
And how?
I lead. How? I take things into my hands. When I see opportunities or when I see opportunities in a nice way, like that could be something creative that could happen, or I could, I don't know, I could apply for um, becoming an astronaut, or I could take a trip to Africa, or there's so many possibilities out there, and I don't just wait for things to happen to me. I grasp the moment and I actually take action. I do things a lot. I'm a doer, I think, a lot. I like to wake up and then start doing things. Um, every day, all day, I could be doing something, and that leads to me making the choices, at least giving me the illusion that I make the choices. Maybe I'm not making them at the end of the day. I don't know what is true. But yes, I would say I lead my time by making conscious choices.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't wait for time to, say things what you want to do or what you will do. You do whatever
Mm,
you like when you want.
yes, but not in a greedy manner. I still do listen to intuition or signs from around coming my way. And that, though, happens in certain moments of my life. And if I were to put that in numbers, I would say 70% of my life I take the lead, and the other 30% I would just let it be and allow for things to come my way. But then still, I would do something about it.
Interesting. So you measure, yeah.
If I can measure that, right? If it's measurable.
Well, I guess it is.
Cool. Yes, it is. It is. Could be.
Mhm. Okay, so there were some interesting answers there.
Thank you.
All right.
And interesting questions, though.
Thank you. All right, so my next question to you is being an independent person,
Mhm.
what makes you feel more confident?
How do you know I'm an independent person?
Well, we all are independent in one way. Maybe there are some exceptions for some restrictions due to, some, I would say due to some religion matters or region matters, but still most of us nowadays are independent. So I would say we are independent. I mean,
Okay.
we have pretty much everything we need, as I say, for you and for me as well. We don't we don't have anything that we need and we don't have it. So
Exactly. Given this context, as you described it, that we do have what we need, therefore, that allows us to be called independent people.
well, there can be also something else, like you are a teacher. You don't depend on anyone to run you. So you are an independent person. You make your own choices. You do
Sure.
your own things, and you yeah.
Well, now that you do mention, for example, being a teacher, of course, we are codependent with regards to certain aspects of life. In a nice way, I mean, it's that if we combine our strengths, right, then we can do so much more. At the same time, though, I do get your question that we are independent. Each one of us, we're a unity, right? And personally, I do feel very independent. But if that makes me feel more confident, I will tell you this, Nayeef, from a very, very young age, I was always independent. I felt independent even when I was 5 years old, let's say. And society would think that you're dependent on your parents, you're dependent on older people. Of course, I was dependent on my parents for them to feed me and dress me and all that. When it comes to inner independence and choices and knowing what you want to do, I felt from a young age very independent. I had this kind of, I think we all do, this inner knowing that I want to do this. It was very clear for me. I had this clarity. And that made me feel extremely confident. And that continued throughout the rest of my life. I felt independent. And it's one of the most important things for me in my life. I want to feel independent, and not just from anything really. I don't like the restrictions. I don't like societal restrictions. Somebody tells me that you have to do this, this, and that. I'm open to listen to other people and take in their suggestions. However, I do want to feel I make my own choices, and I feel I have been making my own choices for the greatest amount of my life. And now, if confidence and independence go together, are they two concepts that go together? For sure, it does help being independent to feel even more confident, at least for me, and for how I perceive life. Yeah. Have I answered your question?
I guess pretty much. So being independent also gives you confidence.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
And we all are, I would say, flying butterflies. We love to fly and be open.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Being open and sharing is also a part of independence. Okay. So my next question would be, how do you handle your tough times? You know, we all have some tough times and good times in our life. So how do you handle it?
That has also changed over the years. In the past, and by past in that case, I mean until around the age that I started going to university, I would talk to my family a lot, my parents specifically. And for different matters, I would ask some guidance from my father, and for other matters from my mother. So asking for help is one way for me to deal with the difficulties. However, when I was a little bit older, I realized that I want to be more independent. So I thought that all difficulties in life can be handled just by me. I can take all the responsibility and I should be super strong and independent and handle all hardships in my life without asking for help. I realized lately that that was wrong. And once again, a few years ago, and even more intensely a few months ago, I opened up to more people and I allowed for more space to people in my life again and ask for advice, ask for guidance. And I started being more open to other ways of looking into the difficulties in life. So learning from other people, at the end of the day, still choosing my own solutions to hardships.
Yep, that's wonderful. And this is something what we all might be doing. It helps a lot. Yeah. All right.
I
So
think one more thing that I'd like to add, I think it depends a lot on the person and it's about also trial and error. I mean, it's important to try what works for each one of us, what works best, and go with that. And of course, adapt in the future. Life can change, things change all the time, so we might need to adapt even to that, right? Who knows?
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
sorry, interrupted.
I mean, for each individual person, it works differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once
Yeah,
again, we all are same. We all are humans, but we all are unique in our own ways.
exactly.
All right. So now we are to our last question, and it's not a question. It's a game. It's a fun game, and I hope you'll like it. Um, Here I will be asking you 7 quick questions,
Mhm.
uh, and you select one of them, one of the answers.
Mhm.
And for each one, if you get right, I mean, there is no right or wrong answer, but if it matches with me, then you get 10 points. I mean,
If
that
it
like
matches with what?
if it matches with my choice, then
Ah, with your choice. Then I get 10 points.
yeah, then you get 10 points.
Okay.
All right, so my first question, animals or plants?
Animals.
Singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Mountains or rivers?
Mountains.
Past or future?
Future.
Teeth or hair?
Can you repeat?
Teeth or hair?
I don't understand.
Like teeth or hair?
Can you write it in the chat, please?
Yeah,
Because I
sure.
think I don't understand. I just want to be sure that I hear right. Teeth or hair? Ah, teeth. Teeth.
Writing or reading?
Again?
Writing or reading?
Oh, reading.
I forgot what you said on number 2, singing or dancing?
Dancing. I love singing too, but dancing will be the choice.
Okay. In total, you got 30 points out of
30 points.
yeah.
Okay. Which ones did we have the same?
Uh,
No. I will tell you. For animals or plants, you chose plants.
yes,
Okay. Singing or dancing, I think you chose singing.
yes,
Yes. Teeth or hair, I think you chose hair.
yes.
Mountain or river, I think you chose river.
Yeah, you were right with that.
And which were the other ones? Can you repeat the other one?
Writing.
Reading or writing, you chose.
Yeah,
I think you
writing.
chose
I chose reading.
reading. Okay. And the
And
other ones?
past or future, I chose future.
Future. And we had one more, right? Or not?
No, from 7, you got 30 points, and
Okay. And for past or future, if there was a third choice, present, I would choose present if possible. but we had only two choices.
I knew you were gonna choose present. That's why I didn't have that option.
Wonderful quiz or game. It was really nice.
All right,
We should
so
also
thank you
do
for.
that at school one day, Nayeef. This game, I like it for school too. Just so you know.
Yeah, we can have it on school as well. All right, so I guess we're gonna have to give it a conclusion, not an end. So thank you for joining me today and giving your time, giving your valuable time to me.
You're welcome.
It was a wonderful chat with you and knowing a little bit about you. It was great. So I wish you a wonderful weekend and a day as well. I hope you have a relaxing weekend, as you said, the busy time
Thank
going
you.
on.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed having this interview with you. I didn't have any expectations, honestly speaking. It was really fun. Time flew by. And I also want to thank you for making the time for us to have this interview. And I want to say that you're a very inspiring person for me. And I really appreciate everything you do. So well done on this new venture. And looking forward to the future interviews as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope I see you again once more in my show.
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye. Have a nice weekend.
You too. Have a nice weekend. Bye, Nayeef.
Bye.
At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.